Hey everybody, welcome to Cara's Cucina. I'm Cara Di Falco, and today I am going to be showing you how to make a strata, or a layered egg dish. Great food isn't just about good ingredients and knowing how to cook, it's about telling the story of the food. Our ingredients today are going to be 1 loaf of challah bread that I have cubed up. They're about 8 cups of bread. 2 leeks that I sliced up. So leeks are really in season for early spring. They are a cousin of the onion. They have lots of great health benefits for you. Same antibacterial and antiviral benefits that you get from things like onion and garlic, but a more mild flavor. So they're a lot of fun to start using. They look like giant spring onions. Don't be intimidated by them. You just slice them the same way, the white and light green parts. We're also going to be using Gruyere cheese, which is again a delicious French cheese. About 2 cups of that shredded. I have 8 eggs, 2 cups of milk. If you want to make this dish dairy-free, of course, you can use any type of mixed milk that you want, and a vegan cheese. And I've also got about 8 to 12 ounces of mushrooms that I chopped up and are mixed. And same thing with mushrooms like the leeks. They're pretty much in season year-round, particularly in the Northeast. Fungus is the one thing that grows all the time around here. And when you mix different types of mushrooms, you really get more bang for your buck nutritionally, because each different type of mushroom has its own phytonutrients and it benefits and battles different body parts. So a great way to kind of get the full benefit is to use mixed up mushrooms. But if you're partial to one, you can certainly use white mushrooms, baby bella, whatever it is that you like. But again, this is going to be a mix. Baby bella, shiitake, some oyster mushrooms are in here, and they just have them chopped up. To start our dish, I'm actually going to prep our pan. We have a 9 by 13 deep baking dish, and we're just going to grease this with some olive oil. Our first step is to saute our leeks and our mushrooms. So I have about a tablespoon of olive oil in my pan heating up, and we can see it's getting nice and shiny, so it's nice and hot. We'll get our leeks in there. And our mushrooms. You don't have to add any salt or pepper at this point. Mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them, so just the heat will release enough of that for the time being. And this will shrink down as it cooks as well. Our leeks have softened, our mushrooms are nice and juicy, so we put those into a bowl. We're gonna set this aside from now. And I've got 8 eggs in our other bowl, and to this we are going to add in 2 cups of milk, and we are just going to season all this with a little salt, pepper, and a little pinch of nutmeg, about a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh nutmeg, and then we're going to whisk it all together. Now we are ready to assemble our strata. So I have our prepared pan. Again, we grease this with a bit of olive oil, including all along the sides. So we're gonna start with a layer of bread. So we're gonna just put in some of these cubes along the bottom. Don't pile them up too much, but we do want a full layer. Okay, on top of that, we're gonna add in a layer of our mushrooms and leeks. And on top of this, we're gonna add in a layer of cheese. It's kind of like building a lasagna. Okay, we're gonna keep going in this fashion, bread, veggies, cheese, until we have filled up the dish. Finally, we are gonna pour our eggs in over our layers. Our strata has to sit in the fridge for at least an hour so that the bread can really soak up those eggs and the milk mixture. Or if you want to really get ahead of yourself, you can actually let this sit overnight. So you can prepare this the day before you plan to serve it, let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, and then just bake it in the morning before you serve it. Our strata has been sitting in the refrigerator for at least an hour, or again, you can let it sit overnight if you want to get ahead of yourself a bit. Our oven is preheated to 325 degrees, and at this point, we are going to let this bake for 1 hour uncovered. Our strata just came out of the oven. It's got a nice golden brown color on top. The few little pieces of bread that are out there are nice and toasty, and it smells amazing in here. So this is a great dish, once again, for a brunch. You serve it just like this in the baking dish, and you can either take a spoon and just scoop it out of here, or a knife and you can kind of slice it into pieces and serve it that way as well. Guys, I hope you like this recipe. Be sure to head to YouTube, hit that red subscribe button, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Cara Di Falco so you never miss a recipe, you never miss an episode, and I will see you guys next week. Buon appetito!